I do have an announcement.
What's up?
This has been on my mind for a while now, along with a lot of the other announcements that's been going on with Trump and his cards.
Yeah.
It's really important like that, but I think now is a good time for me to come out to people. Starting in 2023, I will be transitioning to a female. And my pronouns will be she, her.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is just how I feel like I identify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, might as well get it all out there.
So, just so you know, you're marrying a woman.
I'm looking forward to it.
According to Cambridge, you're marrying a woman.
Well,
I'm going to get my penis chopped off.
you do cry more than me. So, in Dylan Mulvaney's terms, you already are a woman.
If I became like Dylan Mulvaney, you would be so screwed.
I think I'd have to leave you.
Yeah?
I think that would be... I think I would leave you with my father for a month. And if he couldn't make you a man again, I would leave you.
Here's the problem. Everyone knows that I can't, like, I'm joking and I could never pull it off. Even though I am a very feminine man, I couldn't pull off a woman. I just couldn't.
I think for Halloween next year, you should be Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes. Or what's that other guy, that bald guy who was the guy who got with the...
Oh my God. The
Yeah, the suitcase guy.
The environmental person?
Yes.
Can I be the lady whose suitcase you stole? And I'll just chase you around all night saying that you stole my suitcase?
Yeah, and I'll run around with a suitcase all night.
Perfect.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Done deal.
It's done. Oh, we should probably start the show of our last episode.
The last melon.
The last episode of 2022, season 3.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to be in season 4.
We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
You know, and we have the double feature, so make sure that if you're listening to this, go back, listen to the previous episode. It's your November scoop. Because it was running super late, we just decided to throw it all together. End of the year shabam. So go listen to that. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. But hey, that's okay because sometimes that's exactly what you need in this crazy world. My name is Corinthia Estreen. I'm just kidding. My name is Cory Estreen, and I'm joined with my constant co-host and soon-to-be wife, Taylor Huff.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good. That's excellent. We got a banger of a freaking episode tonight.
Wow.
I'm very excited about this because all of the good episodes come from my brain. Just letting y'all know right now.
Aliens were my idea.
What are you talking about? The one episode that she comes up with aliens. It's okay. But yes, we are talking about the best and worst of 2022. It's like one of those award shows. We're going to come up with our opinions on it and reminisce about 2022 and say farewell.
Yes. But unlike award shows, we will not push climate change on you.
No. And we won't virtue signal
rights.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking eggnog.
Very exciting.
I'm addicted to eggnog. I would drink it year round if I could.
Eggnog is one of those things that I never really was able to drink because my father drank a lot of eggnog and I had a weird smell. So like, I probably, eggnog has a very distinct smell.
It smells like cinnamon.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Is there alcohol in eggnog?
So depends on the eggnog.
Maybe that's what it was.
It's supposed. I didn't like the smell of it. No, you just didn't like the smell of cognac or brandy.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure.
That's so funny.
I am drinking water.
Wow.
Because of health and stuff.
Health and stuff.
Well, actually, I was staring at the computer all day and gave myself a headache, and that was because I was dehydrated.
None of us are shocked by this.
Yes, I know. I know. So pause the show. Go get yourself a beveragino. Let us know what you're drinking. You know, your go-tos, your faves. What keeps you hydrated? Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
upvotes and downvotes.
Upvotes and downvotes. And we're going to do something different for the last episode. This is the upvote of the year and the downvote of the whole freaking year, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah. What is your upvote of the year?
Mine's pretty obvious. My new job.
Yes.
that I absolutely love.
Yes, it was a glimmer of excitement for the year.
Yes.
Definitely a high note for me as well.
Cory reaps the benefit of my job.
Yes,
so.
it's fantastic, and yeah, it's excellent. I'm super proud of you for being, for getting the
Thank
job,
you.
and yeah, it's very cool.
It is very cool. So that's mine. What's yours?
All the trips we took with family, the Punta Cana trip, the
Aw.
multiple Disney trips, it was a very, very fun time. I had a blast.
Multiple Disney.
We did.
I feel like we lived in Disney, to
Well,
be
we've gone
honest.
like 5 times, I think, in the last 2 years. So, yeah. But it was a lot of fun, and I miss my family. So,
Oh my gosh, look at you. You're so cute.
what? It's true,
Did
man.
you
We
hear
don't get to
that,
see them all the time.
family?
Yeah,
Cory said he misses you.
yeah, don't. This is the only place you'll hear it, okay? So, what is your downvote for the year?
My downvote is so not exciting, but it was something that severely hindered me this year. And I've had a problem with my foot. So this summer I went on a hike through water and got athlete's foot. TMI. And it wouldn't go away forever and ever and ever. I had it for months. And then we went to Indy Raceway and I got blisters. This is all the same foot, by the way. I got blisters all over my foot to the point where it was so painful. I was getting sick. And then healed it all up. And then guess what happened last week? I could feel a blister coming for the last couple weeks. I've been ignoring it. And then I wasn't able to ignore it. And then it came out of nowhere and it was painful. And I was really cranky for 2 days.
Yeah, I don't understand the feet issues. She's
It's
got
not
nasty
even-
feet
it's
on
not
top
even-
of it. So
It's not even feet issues. It's foot issue. It's the same foot.
just cut it off, get it over with.
Okay, perfect. Just whack it.
Yep.
So that's my very, not super exciting downvote. Yours is more exciting than mine. Tell
Mine's
the
not
people.
exciting at all. Mine's depressing.
Yours is bigger than mine.
My downvote for the year is me in February missing out on $80,000 in crypto.
And how did you do this?
Literally,
again?
I had it in my hands and I just let it just disintegrate right in front of my eyes. I did not sell my picture of a lizard. I kept the picture of a lizard and still have the picture of the lizard. Yes, very exciting, I know. Very exciting. And now that crypto's in the dump, I'm feeling really good about my choices.
Yeah.
So,
It's definitely worth way more than 80 grand right now.
yeah, well, the good thing is now I'm basically hardened to everything. I feel nothing. I'm numb. So,
When you lose enough money that could pay for all of your debt, a new vehicle, and a destination wedding in Italy,
yeah. Yes, thank you for that.
you're so welcome.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. I don't want to think about that anymore, even though we will. Okay. How do we feel about 2022? How has it been? What are your general thoughts about this year?
Ooh, one of the best years ever.
Really? You
For-
think so?
Oh, definitely.
Well, for you, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this year was amazing for me. I got involved in church. Had a huge, had a good, church group. Was learning more about Jesus. And then after that, I got my job. Dream job. And with dream job came amazing friends.
Yeah, they're very nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, the most amazing experiences I wouldn't have been able to have.
It's been really, really fantastic. It's one of those things where, you think of, 5 years ago, you start building a hobby, right?
Yeah.
And, you were you were a lefty for sure. You weren't, hardened leftist.
I don't think I was a leftist.
Yes, you were. You were such a snowflake, I couldn't even talk to you without you freaking out and getting triggered. You were definitely...
I liked guns. I liked the military.
That
I liked
doesn't even
the
count.
police.
Okay, and everything else came from your college indoctrination.
Let's just say I was
It
heavily...
worked over time. Yeah.
I was heavily liberal.
Okay, heavily liberal.
Yes.
Yeah, either way. But to have that, you think that happened 5 years ago, and now we're sitting here. I got to stand next to people that I listened to years ago. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing. So, it's just been crazy. And for me, the year's been okay. It's been a good year, just a normal year, and it went really, really quickly.
Yeah, this year flew by. I don't know what happened. I feel like this year has gone by faster than any other year I've experienced.
Yeah, it just as I get older, they go faster every year. And it's like, part of it is like wondering if it's like you're just working and the work goes quickly because it's not so, I mean, especially for me, I'm working to pay bills and working towards a goal. And when that happens, it's like passing time for the important things. And the important things get there and they go even quicker because you're having fun.
Yeah.
And it's like any way that you can slow down time or what feels like time. It just seems like that's super important because of how much little we actually do have. By the time we'll be 80 and all this stuff will be past, you know. It's quite crazy. But it was a really cool year. Lots of news, lots of craziness going on in the world. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we guided you through it just a little bit, gave our thoughts on it, but y'all know how we think on things. So, But yeah, it was really, really cool. If you had one word to describe 2022, what would it be?
Inspiring.
Inspiring for you?
Yes. What about you?
Solidified.
Solidified. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
In how I view things, how other people are starting to view things. People have really taken root in their beliefs, especially this year with all the craziness happening. That's how I feel. Yeah.
I like that word.
All right. Let's get into some worst, favorites, best things that we've already talked about this year. But we're going to bring them up because it's fun to reminisce and say farewell to 2022. What would you say your favorite episode was?
My favorite episode was our pure hypothetical. Bob Lazar exposed to the truth.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
It was so fun to record. It was so fun to research. I was like fully invested in aliens for like a solid month because of that episode, and it was fantastic.
And you also, didn't you watch a whole bunch of documentaries on it and things?
Oh my gosh. So much Joe Rogan, so many documentaries, which I already listened to Joe Rogan, but even more Joe Rogan documentaries. It was just such a fun episode to talk about.
Right.
Like, it's just like so carefree and wasn't about news or wasn't anything of like cultural importance to like really just like go off the handles with.
Well, and here's the other thing is like that's why it's so irritating. Like, we have to, censor conspiracies and everything. Mm-hmm. The stuff is interesting to people for a reason, regardless of whether you believe or disbelieve.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like that episode, it was one of our more popular episodes of the year. Mm-hmm. We actually got a lot more clicks on that episode.
Yeah.
Specifically because people were searching Bob Lazar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like people are definitely into the whole alien conspiracies, lizard people type of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pure hypothetical was really, really cool. I really enjoyed making the intro to that.
Oh yeah, the intro for pure hypotheticals is like my fave.
Yeah, it is. It is really, really cool.
And your favorite was a pure hypothetical too, right?
Correct. So we did the We All Live in the Matrix episode where we talk about what if everything was a simulation, a simulation of reality and that we would have no idea. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that episode was super cool. Plus I love the Matrix. So like it was just a great episode to talk about. And like going off on random tangents is like definitely my thing.
Oh, for sure.
So I really, really enjoyed that. Was definitely my favorite episode. Mm-hmm.
So we talked about episodes. What was your favorite cultural moment that happened this year?
Cultural moment? Probably the Matt Walsh documentary. Mm-hmm. What is a Woman? Just because like I don't think there's probably a more pertinent, important documentary of the last like century.
Yeah.
Or decade, I would say. Like this is like a fundamental question that for some reason people are questioning. Mm-hmm. Even Cambridge came up with a new definition of woman recently.
Yeah. Like
it's just that perfectly
encapsulates our culture and society today.
Yeah, exactly what the discomfort people are having with like meta narratives. Like they just don't like them. They'll uproot them, whatever. If it goes against what they won't even consider them. Yeah. It's like this postmodern thing, and it's crazy. Like you can't, like people can't tell you what a woman is, even though they know, because it would go against another narrative that they're trying to put. Yeah. It's just like, okay, but it was so cool, and he did such a great job. Mm-hmm. It's such. I wish more people could see it. Yeah. What about you? What is your favorite cultural moment of 2022? My
favorite moment was when Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That was a super, super, super big deal.
Yeah.
Because that ruling originally happened in 1972. So it has been a very long time. What is that, 40 years? Over 4...
Yeah.
Yeah, over
50. But
50.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to experience as a young person, seeing that overturned. Like, that was such a great victory for the year and kind of proved that not all is lost in like the crazy world.
Right.
Like it's like a glimmer of hope. And then, yeah, I just think it did a lot of really, really good for children and crisis pregnancy centers. I think it brought a lot of light to how amazing those places are. Like it was such a pivotal moment in history.
Oh yeah, it also showed
experience.
you how most people don't even know what it was, like what it is and what it
Yeah.
actually entails. Everyone's, I mean, and I think they probably, and here's the other thing, some people probably actually know what it entails, but they'd rather push the narrative that they're taking away women's rights because it suits them, which they continue to do even now.
Yeah.
They'll continue to spread. It's the same lies that they spread about, like, you know, Donald Trump saying, not condemning white supremacists. They don't give you the whole context. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
That they've done all year. Ron DeSantis on, don't say
Like,
gay
don't say
bill.
gay.
It's
Yeah.
like all this stuff that continuously happens that they push these narratives and lie about literally everything. But yeah, it was really important, and it's really cool that it happened, and we had some great discussion and a great couple episodes regarding it. We even
Yeah.
had our abortion debate guide that we released, which is really cool, and a lot of people really liked that episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, super proud of that moment. All right, now here's something we can throw in there, okay? What's the biggest personal blunder you've had this year? So, like, some mess up.
The bridesmaid's dress for my sister's wedding was just awful all around.
Well, you did look like a granny, so
Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that.
You fixed it.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. It was way worse when you first got it.
Oh, it was terrible when I first got it. And then the first seamstress just screwed it all up and still charged me like $180. And then the second seamstress, like, she did what she could. But I really hated that dress. Like, with a burning passion. So that's my biggest blunder.
Yeah, you got through it. It's okay.
I literally halfway through the reception, I went into the dressing room and ripped the armpits out of the dress.
That was a great wedding, though.
It was a really fun wedding. It was freaking good.
Yeah.
So, like, that also makes up for the fact that my bridesmaid's dress, at least my bridesmaid's dress did fit me.
That's true. Here, just think about it this way. At least your mother-in-law didn't kick out your foot and break your ankle. So
She didn't break your ankle.
I know. I'm just
the
kidding.
drama.
No, but seriously,
Cory's just hopping around.
it was a great time.
What was your personal blunder? We all know it, but say it again.
Yeah, we already talked about it. Not selling my creeps, my picture of a lizard when it was at all-time high. Should have done it. Got entranced by the community. Wasn't able to sell. And the thing that people forget is that, like, it was a huge. I mean, that's a huge blunder. But it's very easy from the outset to say, hey, you should have done this when you weren't involved in it. Mm-hmm. Because the thing that people don't realize, if everyone could make the best decisions and sell at the top, then everyone would be millionaires. And that's why no one is millionaires, because no one can do that. Mm-hmm. Same thing with stocks. There's a very select few people that make good decisions and not let it get personal.
Yeah.
And they're able to do that. But not everyone can. And I fell prey to it. Which means that I did learn a lot, and I will be capitalizing and laddering myself in and out throughout next year.
Exactly. It was a learning experience.
It was a huge, I mean, it's all a learning experience. I mean, it's a costly one, like life-changing learning experience.
That's for sure.
But yeah, it's all for the best, I guess. Okay, what is your personal favorite news story that came out in 2022?
Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Yep, that's mine too.
It's hard to say, like, how would that not be your favorite one, right? Like, it's bringing free speech back to Twitter. It's creating Twitter to be the public square again. He is releasing all these Twitter files of, like, all the shady stuff that we all knew what was happening. That they kept saying, that doesn't happen. And Elon was like, here's all the info. The fact that he walked into Twitter headquarters with a kitchen sink, like, the man is just a legend, and it's bringing back the Twitter of, like, 2016, which was just so funny, and I'm excited for it.
My favorite thing is that he has so many actors and actresses, like, calling him out for things.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't even care, and he outclasses them. He just, like, they'll throw him one-liners, and then he just laughs.
He just comments, that'll be $8. Like, it's just pure gold.
Yeah, he's been great. I love how he's just, like, taking all this secret, swampy, like, corporate mess and like revealing to the people here, here's you go. These are the people that run everything. Have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that he took over because I became a huge advocate of Twitter over this year. Like I've used Twitter a lot this year.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically crypto Twitter, but even Musk is always on crypto Twitter. So it's my favorite social media by far. I use it as, a networking tool, but yeah, it's excellent. Elon Musk is awesome. Someone
Pronouns.
I would like to meet him one day.
Prosecute Fauci.
Yep.
It's just so
Freaking gold, man.
So good.
Comedy gold.
Yes. What was your favorite trip that we took this year?
Punta Cana.
We did a lot.
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana.
Yep. We went to Disney 2 times. You had a lot of trips, but Punta Cana for sure.
Easily.
It was just great because we were with family for your sister's wedding. It was really lovely.
We got a decent amount of time there too.
Yeah, it was like 7 days or something? It did go very
7.
quickly.
So it went way too fast.
Yep.
But it was a good time.
Yeah, we get to have some personal time and stuff. Lots of time in the pool, hanging out. The resort was cool, but I still maintain that the food was really, really bad at the resort.
I think we can all agree on this. I don't think that's like a contest.
No.
I think every person who went to that resort agrees with you.
The thing is that like when Cory has a problem with food, like
yeah,
it's an actual problem.
It's sad because that resort used to be the #1 for food, and then after COVID hit, they just lost everything.
It's like one of those things whenever you do the what is it, buffet style or unlimited or whatever, you always run into that. So, but yeah, it was super fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And the wedding was really fun.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
This is obviously my favorite trip too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was good. It was just wild.
Yeah.
The photos from the wedding reception is just like great.
Yep. Lots of good memories.
Cups of water getting poured on groomsmen for white t-shirt contests. And then you've got bridesmaids changing back into their pajamas so they can dance harder. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great time. All right. What is your favorite movie? Now, here's the thing about these favorite movies. Taylor basically stole mine, so I chose something different.
I didn't know this was yours.
It's okay. I just wanted to get a little bit more, a different talking point. So I have another one that it's my favorite for a very specific reason. So what is your favorite movie of 2022? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the best. It just means
oh, no, it's
your
also
favorite.
the best.
Okay.
My favorite movie is the best movie of 2022.
I mean, I would agree.
And that's Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that movie destroyed everything.
It's so good that I honestly think about that movie probably once every 3 weeks, and I want to watch it again.
Yeah, it is a great movie.
Like, I need it to come onto a streaming platform so I can, like, binge it again and again and again.
It hits you in the feels so much, and if you watch, like, the originals, it's just like an homage. It's just a beautiful movie. And it also, like, slapped the freaking, like, postmodern ideology in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, whapa!
It was so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's no comparing. So what was your favorite?
My favorite, okay, I thought it was a decent movie, not the best movie, but my favorite movie was Wakanda Forever. So it's my favorite because of all the issues it had. So, like, here's the thing: if you're a movie and I'm so entranced or like interested in the subject matter or like the thematic elements, the narrative elements, all that stuff. If you get me and I can talk for like an hour on a movie, like you did something right, but you might have done stuff wrong because that just means like I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
And Wakanda Forever had a multitude of issues, like just insane. I would take a whole episode just talking about Wakanda Forever, but it was still entertaining,
easily.
and I was glued the whole movie, like 2.5 hours. I was glued to that movie.
3 hours.
It was really close to 3 hours. It was on the high end there. And I was thoroughly entertained, even though much of the movie pissed me off. Like, the first parts of the movie, that was just bad. But nevertheless, my favorite movie, and I thought all the actors and actresses did really well.
Yeah.
Some people, despite not having been in the movie in the first place, but still. it was. I really enjoyed it. All of the
tributes.
Chadwick
Boseman.
Boseman tributes was really beautiful.
Hit
me in the feels. It was really good. But that's my favorite movie of 2022. let's talk about TV shows. So we Taylor and I watched like a lot of TV shows.
We watched so many.
And we had some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Got rid of all the bad stuff, the leftist
CW, bye.
right, the agenda pushing,
Mm-hmm.
and now and there's still some of these. They have a little bit, but normally if we can wade through it, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
What was your favorite TV show for this year?
Mine was Peripheral on Amazon.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just really good. It's kind of like a more realistic take on Ready Player One, like with the headsets and the being immersed in that kind of
Like sort of a metaverse.
yeah, metaverse, so to speak. I think it's really well done. I love the plot of the movie or of the show. I love the special effects. There's nothing I don't like about that show.
Yeah, I really like first of all, Chloe Grace Moretz is an amazing actress.
Oh, she's fantastic at it.
So, yeah, she's always been really good. We used to watch her when she was a little kid, which is funny because she's not that much younger.
She's
than
the same
me.
age as me.
Right. So like it's just funny because when you watch her, she was so young or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's great, and I love her and her brother's relationship in the show.
Mhm.
But yeah, I really was entranced. Like the first couple episodes, like this shit is good. Like
Yeah.
I really like
And it was
this.
from the creators of Westworld, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because it doesn't have the same feel as Westworld, but how like the fighting and the like sci-fi elements are done remind me of Westworld.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're just so perfectly done.
You know who talked about it? Did you listen to Backstage?
No, not
The
yet.
most recent one? Andrew Clavin talks about Peripheral as his favorite TV show of the year.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was so surprised. I was like, "Oh my
Clavin.
gosh!" Yeah, their backstage was really neat. They talked a lot about like movies and TV shows and like
Mhm.
entertainment mostly, which is kind of neat. It's like different than what they normally talk about. But yeah,
Yeah.
he talks about Peripheral being his favorite.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't. I was
That's
like, "Oh,
awesome.
that's really neat." So
Okay, what was your favorite show?
my favorite show was Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord of the Rings series. All of the characters I really related to, and I thought they were super like relatable,
Mm-hmm.
and how there wasn't a character that I disliked.
Yeah.
Granted, I wasn't towards the end. It kind of lost me when I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a character that takes a twist at the end that surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't a huge fan of that, but the rest of the show was really, really cool. Like the world building was excellent.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, really neat, and it reminded me of why I like Lord of the Rings so much.
Mm-hmm.
But we watched a lot of good TV shows. I mean,
Yeah. There's
you
so
know,
many.
Mythic Quest, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, so
yeah,
good.
they're just Game
Great
of Thrones.
British Bake Off.
Yeah, well, that you always watch. But yeah, lots of great TV
Yeah,
shows.
House of Dragons.
Yep.
Back to politics.
Back to politics.
I want to know what you thought was the worst political gaffe.
Well, this one's easy.
There are so many.
Darth Biden's presidential address when he was
Mm.
cloaked in a red background with like soldiers just like looking like they're guarding him. He looked like a Sith, like a Sith Lord.
The uplighting.
Well,
was
and then
just
his whole
terrible.
speech wasn't even like uplifting and
It
like
was aggressive.
it was aggressive. It was dark. It was brooding. It was telling all Americans that if they don't listen to him, that they will have a harsh winter in time, and that they're going against like, I don't know. It's very communist. It was
incredibly.
it was a
communist.
commie speech, and it was scary. It's like, and then MSNBC tried playing with the freaking the color, their cameras, to adjust for like how red it was. They're like, this looks bad, let's make it more blue, and then it turned purple. So like they tried to cover for him, and it still didn't work.
Yeah.
It was just it was horrible. I mean, like it was the biggest like I haven't seen a blunder like that for a presidential address. I don't think ever.
I don't think so either. It's so bad.
Yeah, it was just dark. It was
Like it's dark and combative and angry, on the verge of inciting violence.
I mean, yeah, it was right, and it was such a blunder, and that's incredible considering that we've gone through like a lot, like 8 years of Trump talking.
Yeah.
You know,
No, Trump never did anything that bad.
not like that. You know,
No.
granted, he did come out with playing cards for his newly presidential campaign. That's interesting. What would you say the worst political gaff is of the year.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, obviously yours is the worst. I just find this one to be, like, the funniest. And, like, the worst as in, like, come on. Why would you say that? So my favorite worst political gaffe is when Jill Biden compared the Mexican Americans in Texas and how they were as unique as breakfast tacos and the Bogotas in New York City.
Yeah, the Bogotas.
The Bogotas.
Yeah, what an idiot. It's just, they always try to, pander.
It's pandering, and it's like, it's so badly done. Like, did you not have an intern? Like, did an intern not be like, can you read through this once? Hi, sorry, ma'am, it's bodegas, not bogotas. Like, it's just so, it just shows how fake these people are and how they're just trying to impress you and trying to pander to you and trying to make you, it's, you know what it is? I'm an old person and I've accepted that fact. It's like when I go up to my younger siblings who are 16 and I think I'm cool and I dab, and dabbing's not a thing and that's no longer cool. It's on the same spectrum.
Yeah, it's one of these things where, like, if you progressives and Democrats are still pulling the wool over your eyes and you're believing the things that are telling you, this is like proof that they're just saying things so that you'll vote for them. They do not care about you.
Yeah.
At all. It's like when Hillary was on that podcast talking about how she keeps hot sauce on her all times.
Oh
it's a load of bullshit. She doesn't keep hot sauce anywhere. Yeah. And then even them, like the Black Americans that were on the podcast, was like, you're not pandering, are you? Like, they knew that she was pandering. She goes, is it working? Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's like Kamala saying she listened to Tupac in the 70s.
Yeah, right. I know. Or like.
Your math is not, your years aren't the same.
Or like or freaking Biden playing Despacito.
Oh
like,
my God.
give me a break.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of.
These are all much worse than Donald Trump eating a taco bowl for Cinco de Mayo. Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Anywho.
Okay, let's get into some hard-hitting stuff.
Oh,
so,
gotta talk about ourselves.
We talked about a lot of favorites and things, and we couldn't get through it without at least working on some of our biggest weaknesses. What would you say that is like a personal weakness that you had to struggle to either overcome or work on or still working on through 2022?
Okay, I've not worked on this yet. This is what I'm going to be working on next year. This year, I really fell behind in cooking and meal planning for our apartment. Like, just really fell off the wheels of doing any sort of like actual cooking. And I love to cook, and when I do cook, I'm always making like really healthy, good meals. And I didn't do much cooking at all this year because I was all over the place with work and travel, and I never felt like I got into a good routine. So that's what I'm going to work on for next year.
Yeah, and I do like eating, so that's helpful. I don't cook, so there's that.
No. Well, and like, so like this is the thing too. Like, you're happy with whatever I just put in your trough. And whether that's grilled cheese or gnocchi Italian sausage, or like, you'll eat whatever.
Oh, but that was good.
I know.
Compared to the gnocchi that you burnt the crap out of the other night.
I did burn gnocchi.
I had to throw all that out
last night.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not good. But anywho, you'll eat whatever I'll make. So like, I definitely got lazy because I'm like, whatever, I'll make him a grilled cheese and he thinks this is the greatest thing ever. So yes, I'm prioritizing cooking next year.
Well, that's good.
What about you?
Well, always my problem is because I always talk about how I'm a narcissist.
You're not a narcissist.
No, it's a thing. So like,
oh my God.
Here's the thing. It's like, so like, just Gen Z, millennials, and like even like, what is it, Gen X or Gen Alpha? Gen Alpha. Like, we're becoming more and more narcissistic generations as time goes on, because we're like, everything is about us all the time. Like, it's about what we want versus like what you should want for your community, what you should want for others, the whole purpose of giving and everything. Yeah. And like, I'm a part of that. And like, I grew up, I mean, with other siblings and everything, but I grew up in a very narcissistic kind of way. where like everything is always about me. Like that's a big part of like people having less children, that I consider that probably why maybe I don't want children or whatever. It's because it is about like me. And it's something I want to work on for 2023 is just being more compassionate and empathetic towards others' feelings. Because I'm not good at that. Like I'm very low polite, low compassion, low agreeableness. Like I struggle with these. And that's why I love Taylor so much, is because she's really good at those things. So that's what I want to work on for 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think you're compassionate towards me. Except for when I have a blister on my foot.
No, because then you're being a little bitch.
I was in so much pain.
It's okay. But other than that, the year went pretty good, I thought. It just went really quickly.
It did.
It's one of those things, like, as the years go on, it just makes me want to... it makes me wish that I had more financial freedom to spend more personal time. Mm-hmm. More, like, on trips with you, with family.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's part of getting older, right? It's like into your 30s, you should be more financially free.
Yeah.
But
yeah. We're getting there.
I did just buy a $30,000 vehicle, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got things to work on.
Yes.
But a couple things to look forward to in 2023.
Yes. So we're going into next year. What's your top resolution?
Capitalizing on financial opportunities. So paying off debt. And depending on what happens with crypto, I have a thesis, but I will be capitalizing on my opportunities.
Good.
Yes.
Very nice.
So paying off debt and capitalizing on opportunities.
I like to hear it.
Yep.
Because it helps me with mine.
What is yours?
I'm planning our wedding this year. It is happening, people, okay? We've been engaged way too long. We are getting a wedding venue. We are selecting bridesmaids and groomsmen. We are booking flights. We are actually planning a wedding this year.
Very exciting.
If I have to go into debt for it, I'll go into debt. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. We are planning our wedding this year.
Well, I don't think most people think we're actually going to get married.
No, I think it's I honestly, at this point, I believe that no one actually believes that we're getting married. People at work, I'll be like, oh yeah, my fiance Cory, and they're like, you're engaged? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, when did that happen? I'm like 2019. And then they go, oh. And I was like, look, my sister got engaged a month after me. We let her get married first. She had to go be difficult and be a COVID bride for 3 years. Like, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
It's okay. Like, we're not rushing anything,
No. Cory knows he's stuck with me.
Yeah, that's...
I'm on his life insurance policy.
Okay. Irregardless of all that. Yeah.
We're planning a wedding this year.
It'll be good. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. That's all I know.
I'm so
2023
excited.
should also be a crazy year. And we'll be here for the whole thing for y'all. Some things that might happen in 2023, some things probably not. Because we were supposed to launch this last year. The reality is, guys, is that Taylor and I we're very busy. We love to do this podcast. We like to talk to y'all. We like to vent our thoughts on things, and hopefully y'all like to listen. But we are very, very busy people, especially with Taylor's new job and me at work.
Yes.
And it consumes most of our life, like real people, just like everyone else is. We haven't forgotten about live shows with video. Haven't forgotten. But we really don't want to record our bedroom for you. We would like to have
It's a little too intimate for my liking.
Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be a little bit weird. We'd like a backdrop. We'd like our own little studio, and that all comes with getting a new place.
Yes.
But that is not in the cards until we get married.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something. When we do that, there will be a rebrand.
Woo!
There will be a rebrand. So, new podcast art. There will be merch, the whole shindig that we've been promising for the last couple of years or whatever.
Yes.
It is on the table. We're just waiting for the right moment.
One thing that is happening next year is more consistency.
Yes.
We are putting ourselves on the schedule. We are keeping to it. We're going to be proactive and plan ahead.
Yeah. Something we really have to get better at for the podcast is specifically coming out when we're supposed to. Bi-weekly show uploads every other Wednesday, ready for you guys, because people are always asking, when does the episode come out?
Yeah.
And we apologize. It's just with being sick and being this busy towards the holidays, it's been really, really rough.
Yeah.
And we need to get more consistent with you guys.
But we will be next year.
Yeah. So thank you so much for riding with us through 2022.
Yes.
Into 2023, fighting the woke mob. Let us know what you think on all of our socials about how the year went for you.
And when we come back, we're going to be coming back with season 4, episode 1 on January 4th.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts, Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good one.